oh, Zelina, no one ever liked Zelina. Zelina always had haters. Zelina always sucked. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I've been doing this podcast for 131 episodes. I got a pretty good, I'm not saying I'm an expert by any means. I got a pretty good sense of like where people were in terms of like, you know, who was favored by the audience and what the internet was thinking and blah, blah, blah. Especially at the Puerto Rico match with Rhea Ripley in, what was it, 2023.
Yep.
People were, all the way back then, people were like, see, Zelina's good. Obviously, she was getting that hometown pop. Like, even post that, it was the
People
agenda
wanted a
was
world
like,
title run.
Exactly. Yeah. People were so behind Zelina. Even when she won the title a few weeks ago, there was an overwhelming majority of like, hell yeah, Zelina deserves this. She's been so underappreciated. Da-da. And then she has, and I'm not gonna defend that match. I think that was a bad match. Granted, they only got 5 minutes. It was very rushed. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just shoehorned on the show because of the backlash that we was getting. Rightfully so for not having a women's match on the card. Period. Which is like, hey, if you have Saturday's main event, which is to try to promote your wrestling show and get new audiences, even though people disagree with that, that's the point of it. You'd think you would want to also showcase your other whole half of a division that is a lot of times better than the men's. That's a whole different soapbox.
Right.
So like I'm pretty shocked. I'll even use the word disappointed at just like this one, I'll call it even it's a lackluster performance from Zelina Vega, and everyone's like, she can't wrestle. She's never been able to
go back
wrestle.
to being a valet, this and that. Like, shut your mouth.
It's crazy. And that's like, it seems out of nowhere to me. And sure, like 1,000%. Like, I don't think, it's the reason Zelina's always been underappreciated, because I do think there were people that saw her worth, like, you know, like us on this podcast, and started championing her. And I do believe, like, yes, there are a lot of people that weren't Zelina Vega fans, but they weren't Zelina Vega haters. Now, all of a sudden, I'm seeing this Zelina Vega hate. And it is all nuanced in the sense of people who are, this is just a conversation for the world, to be honest with you, where it's like people who are angry or have a negative thing to say are more likely to voice their opinions. It's the same thing like, you know, if you go to a restaurant and you read Yelp reviews,